Hi, I'm Emma. Before I get into what happened at the family barbecue, please make sure to like and subscribe for more stories like this one. It was a warm day, and the backyard buzzed with laughter and the sizzle of burgers on the grill. My husband, Alex, and I were hosting our annual family barbecue at his parents' house. It was one of those gatherings where everyone felt at ease, catching up over cold drinks and home-cooked food. Emma, could you pass the potato salad? Alex called out as he flipped another burger. Sure thing, I replied, weaving through family members sprawled across the lawn and on picnic chairs. Near the grill stood Alex's sister, Karen, hovering slightly apart from the festivities, her presence almost like a shadow. Karen was particular about her personal spaces, especially here at their parents' home, where she still kept a room despite no longer living there. Hey Karen, why don't you join us for a game of cornhole? I asked, trying to coax her into the fun. No thanks, Emma. I'm just enjoying the view from my spot, she replied, her eyes briefly meeting mine with a hint of tension in her smile. As the afternoon wore on, the downstairs bathroom became a hot spot, with a constant line forming outside the door. In need of a quick escape, I remembered the less used upstairs bathroom. I excused myself and headed inside, appreciating the brief respite from the crowd as I made my way upstairs. The house was cooler, the noise from outside muffled by the walls. As I reached the top, I heard faint music coming from Karen's old room, her personal sanctuary. Relieved, I pushed open the bathroom door and stepped inside. The bathroom was decorated with intricate tiles and lush plants, a stark contrast to the simpler one downstairs. After a quick wash, I stepped out, feeling refreshed. Suddenly, Karen appeared at the end of the hallway, her face contorted with anger. Emma, what the hell do you think you're doing? Startled, I replied, I just needed to use the bathroom. The other one was busy, and I thought, this is my bathroom. You have no right to just barge in here whenever you feel like it. Karen, it's just a bathroom. I didn't think it would be a problem. I'm sorry if I upset you. Her eyes narrowed, her voice icy. You should have waited downstairs. You know how I feel about my space. Trying to keep the peace, I responded softly, I understand, Karen, but it was urgent. I didn't mean to invade your space. Her reaction was swift and shocking, a push that sent me stumbling backward. My feet lost their grip, and the world tilted as I fell back toward the stairs. The last thing I remembered before everything went black was the sound of my own scream echoing off the walls. What started as a simple act of using a bathroom quickly escalated into a nightmare. I lay crumpled at the bottom of the stairs, pain radiating through my arm and head as the sounds of the barbecue faded into a distant hum. Karen stood at the top of the stairs, her face a mix of shock and defiance. You pushed her. I saw it. Alex's voice boomed as he rushed to my side, his hands gently checking over me. Karen, what were you thinking? Alex's mom exclaimed from behind, her voice filled with disbelief. It was an accident, she startled me. Karen's voice was shaky, but the edge of anger was still there. An accident? Karen, she's hurt. Alex snapped back, his concern turning into anger as he cradled my head in his lap. I told her not to use my bathroom. She never listens. Karen retorted, her justification falling flat among the gathering crowd. Enough, Karen. This isn't about a bathroom. Emma could be seriously injured, Alex's dad said sternly as he dialed for an ambulance. Groaning, I tried to sit up, but the pain in my arm surged and I cried out. It's broken, I think. I managed to whisper amidst the chaos. Why would you do this, Karen? Alex's aunt, who had come outside to see what the commotion was about, asked in a tone of utter confusion and dismay. I want my space to be respected, Karen murmured, more to herself than to anyone else, as if trying to justify her actions internally. The sound of sirens approached, breaking the tense silence that had fallen over the backyard. Paramedics rushed in, stabilizing my arm and preparing me for the hospital. Alex stayed by my side, his hand squeezing mine, a silent promise of support. As I was wheeled away, I caught a glimpse of Karen, isolated by her actions, as family members gathered in small clusters, discussing what had just transpired. Their faces were etched with anger, shock, and disappointment. This can't just be brushed under the rug, Alex whispered to his father, his voice filled with a resolve that told me this incident would forever alter our family dynamics. The last thing I saw before the ambulance doors closed was Karen's conflicted face watching me leave, and Alex's reassuring glance, letting me know that no matter what, we were in this together. The sterile smell of the hospital mingled with the dull ache in my arm as I lay in the bed, my head still spinning from the fall and the medication. Alex hovered nearby, his face a mixture of worry and anger. "I can't believe Karen would go this far. It's insane," he muttered, pacing back and forth. "Alex, have you spoken to your parents? What's everyone saying?" My voice was weak, but I needed to know. "Some are saying it's just a big misunderstanding, that Karen didn't mean it. But how can anyone justify pushing someone down the stairs?" His voice cracked with frustration. "I know it's hard, she's your sister. But Alex, she hurt me badly," I said, trying to sit up, wincing as pain shot through my arm. Alex rushed over, gently pushing me back onto the pillows. "I know. I'm so sorry, Emma. I can't wrap my head around it." Just then, my phone buzzed with a message from Alex's cousin, Jenny. "Emma, we're all shocked. Some of the family are siding with Karen, saying you provoked her by not respecting her boundaries." Reading it aloud, I felt a surge of frustration. Provoked? By using a bathroom? That's absurd. I don't care what they say. I'm with you. This isn't something we can just sweep under the carpet, Alex assured me, squeezing my hand. The door opened and Dr. Martin walked in, his expression serious. "How are we feeling, Emma? We've got your x-rays back. You have a clean break in your forearm, but thankfully no serious head injuries. We're setting you up for a cast and you'll need plenty of rest." "Thank you, doctor. Do you know when I can go home?" I asked, eager to leave the hospital despite everything. "Tomorrow, if everything looks good overnight. We want to make sure there are no complications from the concussion." As Dr. Martin left, Alex sat down next to me, his eyes somber. "We need to decide what we're going to do about Karen. This can't go on." "Alex, this isn't just about me anymore. It's about ensuring this doesn't happen to someone else. She needs help, real help," I replied, feeling the weight of the situation more than ever. "You're right. I'll talk to my parents again. This isn't just a family squabble. It's serious." As night fell, the soft beeping of the hospital machines kept me company, my thoughts racing about the future. Tomorrow I would go home, but the real healing was just beginning for my body and our family. Back at home, the living room was tense, the usual chatter replaced by a heavy silence as we gathered for the family meeting Alex had arranged. He was determined to address what had happened. Every seat was filled, and everyone's eyes occasionally darted towards the empty chair saved for Karen. When she finally walked in, the room's temperature seemed to drop, her presence sending ripples of discomfort across the room. "You didn't need to call everyone like this, Alex," Karen muttered, avoiding eye contact as she took her seat. "We're here because what you did to Emma is unacceptable, Karen. You hurt her badly, and we need to talk about it," Alex said firmly, his usual easygoing nature gone. "Karen, why did you push Emma?" Grandma asked, her voice trembling slightly, not wanting to believe what had occurred. "It was an accident. I've told everyone 1,000 times. She invaded my space, and I reacted. That's it." Karen's tone was defensive, her arms crossed. "That's not just it, Karen. You could have seriously injured Emma, or worse," I said, feeling the strength of my conviction despite my physical weakness. "A bathroom isn't worth someone's safety. How can you justify hurting someone over something so trivial?" Uncle Joe chimed in, his brow furrowed in confusion. Karen shifted uncomfortably. "I told her before about using my things. She never listens." "I didn't know using a bathroom would lead to me being hospitalized," I replied, my voice firm. "Karen, we need to feel safe around each other. If we can't, then what kind of family are we?" My voice grew stronger, bolstered by the nods of agreement around the room. "It's about respect, Karen," Alex added. "What if something worse had happened? Would you still justify it as protecting your personal space?" Karen looked around, her usual bravado diminishing as she met the eyes of the family. None of them were on her side. I didn't think it was that serious." "It is serious. It's about more than just a bathroom. It's about how we treat each other, about understanding and respecting boundaries that matter." I continued, my gaze steady on her. "You all are making this a bigger deal than it needs to be." Karen stood up abruptly, her chair clattering back. "This is exactly the problem, Karen. Even now, you're not taking responsibility for your actions. Alex's disappointment was palpable. With that, Karen stormed out, the door slamming shut behind her, leaving a resounding echo in the room. The remaining family members exchanged glances, the air filled with a mix of relief and sadness. Alex reached for my hand, giving it a reassuring squeeze. "We'll sort this out, Emma, together," he whispered as the family began to discuss how to heal and move forward, united by a renewed understanding of what truly mattered. Weeks passed, and my recovery progressed steadily. Alex was by my side every step of the way, his support unwavering. Our bond, forged in the adversity we faced, felt stronger than ever. Conversations about Karen grew sparse, her presence in our lives diminishing as naturally as the autumn leaves fell from the trees. I heard Karen lost her job. Alex mentioned one evening as we sat on our porch, the cool air refreshing. "Really? What happened?" My curiosity piqued despite my attempts to distance myself from anything related to her. "Some sort of altercation at work. It seems her temper got the better of her again. A few of her friends have stepped back too." Alex sighed, the disappointment still lingering in his voice. "It's sad, really. I wish it didn't have to come to all this. But maybe it's the wake-up call she needed." I mused, hoping that this might lead Karen to some self-reflection. "Yeah, maybe. How are you feeling about everything now?" Alex looked at me, his eyes searching for any signs of unresolved pain. "Stronger, in many ways. It's strange, but facing that kind of betrayal from someone you thought was family, it makes you realize the importance of standing up for yourself." I paused, taking in the quiet around us. "And how about us?" Alex reached for my hand, his touch warm and comforting. "We good, Alex. Better than good. This whole ordeal made me see just how lucky I am to have you," he said with a smile that spread across my face, reflecting the deep-seated peace I felt. As the days turned into weeks, the impact of Karen's actions reverberated through her life, leaving her isolated from those she once held close. It was a harsh reality brought on by her own choices. One afternoon, my mom called. "I just wanted to check on you, dear, and to tell you that we've all learned a lot from what happened. It's brought us closer, made us more aware of what's truly important." "I feel that too, Mom. It's been a tough lesson, but a necessary one," I replied, the conviction in my voice stronger than ever. Reflecting on everything, I realized the power of self-respect and the vital importance of boundaries. What happened with Karen was a test of my resolve, but it also showcased the resilience not just of an individual, but of a family willing to confront and address toxic behavior. Sitting back, I looked at Alex, feeling an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Life would move forward, and while the scars remained, they were a testament to a battle fought and won against toxicity, ensuring a safer, happier existence for both of us. As I turned my gaze back to the sunset, I knew this wasn't just the end of a painful chapter, but the beginning of something new, something better, forged from the lessons of the past. Now that the story has reached its conclusion, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about setting personal boundaries within a family? Is there a point where enforcing these boundaries can go too far, or should personal space always be respected, no matter the context? I'm really interested in hearing your opinions, so please share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot and helps us keep bringing you stories that spark conversation and thought.